everyone, it's Kim Allen from Sincerely Sublime Designs, and I am excited to be here with you today for day 4 of our craft along. We are going to be wrapping up the 8 projects that we've made this week. The first 4 used Jolly Holly, the last 4 used Tractor and Company. I hope you're happy with what you've made. If you haven't gotten the chance to make these projects and you're still interested and would like to get the kit, there will be details in the comment section and you can read more about that, or you can comment and I will reply to you and we can get you all hooked up with a kit of your own. You can also purchase the PDF by placing a $50 order in my online store. So there are a couple of different options for you. If you're interested, just comment below or send me a message and I'm happy to help you. So let's get started. Like I said, we've been using the Tractor and Company. Yesterday we made these 2 really cute cards that my friend Judy designed. This one opens up and you've got the cute little tractor with the trailer being pulled behind it. Neat little fun fold there. And then over here you've got one that just built all the different pieces and it was a lot of fun to make. And then you open it up and you've got the cute little inside ready to go with your greeting to someone. Those were those 2 from yesterday. I was going to show you, I do not have the dies with me at the moment, but this is the set that we're using. It's Tractor and Company. It's a great set, lots of different pieces that can be stamped and then cut out with the dies. The die set has 19 pieces, so it's a great set. They all build on each other. You can make some cute little scenes with these pieces. Great for the fall. You've got pumpkins, you've got Christmas trees, you've got the corn stalks, you've got hay, and the cutest little bird. So it's a great set for this fall, and I'm actually thinking now that I may use it for my Christmas cards. I guess we will see. Okay, so our projects today are this adorable little box and this fun fold Christmas card. So we are going to start with the card. Let me pull out my supplies real quick, and I've got my measurements handy here so I can give you those as we go. Okay, so for this card, it's one of those that has the belly band. Slides right off. Now it looks a lot like the accordion card that we made using Jolly Holly the other day, but it is not. Even though it looks that way, it actually goes like that. So it just kind of folds in and gives you that look like it's got the accordion fold. Opens up to the cute little trailer with the tree in it. Trees. And then the belly band just slides right back on to hold it all together. Now I think this one would be a great card to send, especially if you like adding a Christmas picture or something. You could put that in the inside and the belly band would hold it all together. Okay, so let's get started. We've got Cherry Cobbler as our card base. It is cut to 5.5 by 11. So you're only going to get 1 card out of a sheet of cardstock. So keep that in mind. This isn't one of those that you're going to get 2 out of each sheet. But it's cut to 5.5 by 11. And then it is scored. Let's see. I know it's here somewhere. It is scored at 1 3/4, 5.5, and then 9 3/4. And the way that you fold it is you go mountain, then valley. I have to look at this every time. And then valley. So you've got it like that. Now, did I do it right? I don't think I did. Of course I didn't. That one is supposed to go that way. And then this one comes back this way. Okay, so if you're folding it mountain, wait a minute, mountain, valley, valley. So you've got that, and it goes like this, but then you flip it that way. That's the problem that I had. Okay, so there we go. Now, the pieces that you are going to adhere to it, and this is really cool because you can choose any of the Need for Tweed DSP prints. They're all pretty. They all work well together. You've got the back of that one, which is the more of the neutral color. Then you've got the green and red. That's great for Christmas with the regular red. And then on the back of that, oh, it's the same one. Okay, so let me get my seal. And I want to correct something. Layer 1 of the DSP, if you have the tutorial in front of you, it says cut DSP of choice to a 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. That should actually say 1.5 inches by 5 1/4 for the medium front flap. So that's going to be this one right here. And we are going to do this one. I want to have this print. So I'm going to put my seal right on the back of there. And this one is going to go right onto this medium-sized front flap. So I've got that there. I've already got ink all over my hands today. And then the skinny one is going to be, let's see, I've got that. Well, let's go ahead and do the largest. So the largest one is this one, and it is 3.5 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to go with the green. Just got seal on the back of that. And it is going to go on this flap over here. Okay, so you've got that, and then that's going to flap over, and then you've got this one that's going to come over. And this one is 1 inch by 5 1/4. And it's just going to go right on there. So now when we fold the card together, you've got that look. How fun is that with that tweed paper? You know, you could do this with any holiday. You could do it with any DSP set. That's the beauty of our DSP, is that they all just coordinate so well together. So this would make any kind of fun card, you know, and basically this part is all you're really decorating. So you could do any DSP and then, you know, just have fun with that little tiny piece, and that could change the whole card up for you. Okay, so once we have this, then you're going to have this belly band. And this is 1 inch by 10 inches. And the way that we're going to put this on here is not scientific at all. I'm just going to wrap it, and not real tight, because I want it to have a little bit of give so that it's easy to slide on and off. And it's just going to get some seal there. A lot of people like to use something a little more strong than just regular seal, but I have found that it works fine. So if you don't have something stronger, it'll be good. So you can see, then it just kind of slides. You don't want it too tight. If you pull it too tight, then you've got a belly band that's hard to slide off. Okay, now if you look at the card, I'm going to do something just a little bit differently. I like to put the back layer, which is this arch, I like to put it behind the belly band so that the belly band is going through the 2 layers, and then you don't see the back of that belly band. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take some seal and put it right through the middle. And then I'm just going to slide this right behind that belly band and get it exactly where I want it, and just push that down. And then when I add my other layer, I'm going to add it with dimensionals right over top. And that way, on the back of the belly band, you don't run the risk of it falling off. Okay, so we've got all of that ready to go. So I am just going to put that part aside, and we are going to work on this, the little everyday arch that goes here. This is basic beige. It is the arch, it's one of the smaller ones. I believe that it is the 2 1/4 inch everyday arch. So it's 2 1/4 across. Now, the first thing that we're going to do with this is we are going to sponge some clouds onto it. Now you can do this with a blending brush, or you can use a sponge dauber, or you can use a cotton ball, whatever you have handy. And we're going to use Balmy Blue. And what you want to do is you want to kind of cut a cloud shape. So if you have a die set that has clouds in it, you can do that, or you can freehand a cloud. I just took these clouds out of one of the die sets. The name is escaping me at the moment. So if you purchase the kit, you found just a random cloud in there. And so this is what you can use. If you would prefer to freehand it, you are more than welcome to do it. And I'm just going to take the Balmy Blue, and I'm going to get a lot of the ink off just so it's just a tiny little bit. And I'm just going to go around the cloud just to give it a little bit. And you can see it just kind of gives it that little outline. It's hard to see, I know, on the camera. I like to do these little template kind of things with the heavier white, just so that it's a little sturdier and can be used over and over again. So you can use thick white, you can use the white off the back of the DSP. I know this is probably hard to see on the camera. Getting it there. You can kind of see that's got that blue outline. It's a little bit darker in person. I don't want to make it too dark. There we go. So you can see it's got that little bit of cloud look, just to kind of give it that look like it is in the tree, is in the clouds in the background. And so the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to take some seal, and this is just the same DSP cut down to, it is 1 inch by 2 1/4, just so it can go straight across there. It's going to give us some grass. And then I have cut this little adorable tree. This is in the die set for Tractor and Company, and it is so cute. I think it would make a fun little card with all the trees in different colors. I've seen that done in the past with, you know, like a tree stamp done in different colors, and I think it would be so cute and whimsical to do one in all different colors across the front of a card. I think that might be something I have to try with it. So I'm going to add this little tree to my card. Put some dimensionals right behind him. And we're going to stick him right there in the grass. Now I'm going to take the Season's Greetings, and we are going to stamp it in Cherry Cobbler across the top. The Season's Greetings is from the Tractor and Company set. If you wanted to use Merry Christmas or another greeting, you could pull that from your stash. I'm just going to stamp this right up in the clouds. There we go. And then I'm going to take those little gems. They are the adhesive back textured dots. And I'm just going to add a few to my tree to look like little ornaments. Okay. Our decorated Christmas tree. And then I'm going to take the red twine, the red and white twine. I think it's Cherry Cobbler. Cherry Cobbler and white. Or it might even be real red. I'm not sure. But I'm going to make this a double bow. So I'm going to cut enough to do that. And then you can see it's just doubled. So I just take the string, fold it over, and then just tie the bow. And then just play with it to make it small. So with the tree that little, you don't want a huge bow. Or maybe you do. It's totally up to you. And then I'm just going to trim off the ends. And we are going to attach this with a glue dot. Right at the top of our tree. So we've got that little piece. Now we are going to pull our card back now, and we're going to add this piece right to the front using dimensionals. And just stick that right there and right there in the center. There we go. We've got the front of our card. I need to shift that a little bit just so it's straight. So that gives us the outside. Now I'm going to take the belly band off and we're going to do the inside of this card. We're going to start with a piece of basic beige, which is really a great neutral. If you haven't been using it a lot, I highly recommend it. It is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and we are going to stamp the little trailer from the stamp set on here and put the Christmas trees in the trailer. So let's see. I'm going to stamp it in Cherry Cobbler. And when you stamp it on here, you want to make sure you come up high enough so that you've got room for the wheels. Just going to go straight down. And we're going to do the wheels. And I'm using Memento Black for the wheels. And I'm just going to stamp those right in the wheel well. And I smudge that. Oh. I'm going to put those right on there. We're going to pretend that little smudge isn't there. Then I'm going to get the Christmas trees, which are just so cute. And we are going to stamp those in Old Olive. I'm actually going to stand up to do this because I need to see where I'm going. You just line up that little line. We've got the trees in the back, and then you could always decorate these too if you wanted to. Put some little gems because you've got the fun fold, so it's not going to lay flat. So you could put some little gems on the trees, and that would be really cute. Totally up to you. Then I'm just going to add seal to the back. And put that in there. And then you've got that little surprise when you open it up. So don't be surprised if you get one of these from me this Christmas, because this may be my Christmas card. We'll see. Isn't it cute? Oh, I just love it. And the great thing about the fun folds is it really does take so little work to give yourself a wow. The DSP really does it all with this, the layers, and then the cute little tractor in the trailer on the inside. So that is our first project. Now the second project, I am so excited to teach you how to make because it actually uses something that you all probably have quite a bit of. If you are like me and you have a hard time throwing things away, when you finish a DSP pack, you end up with a piece. Let's see, I just did something on the computer. Ugh. I hit something, so let me know. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. And I'm actually going to move that out of the way so I do not do that again. So when you finish up a pack of DSP, you end up with a piece of white backing that is a little heavier than cardstock. And if you're like me, you have a hard time throwing it away. So you have a stack of it and you think, one day I'm going to use it. Well, I am giving you the perfect thing to make with that backing. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, when you get a pack of DSP, there's a piece on the back that looks like this. So it tells you the name of the DSP. It tells you the colors that are in it. It is a 12 by 12 piece. I cut this down. Let me tell you what the dimensions are. It was a 10, it was a 12 by 12, and it's cut down to a 10 by 12. And then it is scored two inches from each of these sides and 5 inches from those sides. So if you put the 12-inch alongside the top of your trimmer, you would score in 5 inches, flip it, and score in 5 inches again. And then you put the 10-inch side across the top of your trimmer, score in 2 inches, flip it, and do 2 inches again. And that's all it takes. This is going to be the bottom of your box. And so to put it together, let me move this out of the way so I can show you. You can see down here, we are just going to cut in these flaps here. Just give it that little V. Do that on one side, and then you're going to come over here, and you're going to do it on the other side. And what's great about this box is it's a great way to give a gift. I know lots of you like to make cards for people and give them in sets as a gift. This will hold comfortably about 4 cards and 4 envelopes. So you could do, you know, any kind of card. Make 4 of them and put them in a box like this. Now I'm just going to fold these over. Okay, and then when it comes up here, it's going to go like that. That's going to give you the base of your box. And I am going to get tear and tape. You definitely want to use something a little stronger with the heavier paper. I'm just going to stick some tear and tape on here. Let's see. Come over here and do this side. And then we can do, to go, okay, I'm going to do some on the tops of those. Now before I put it together, I'm actually going to cover it with DSP because it is much easier. I'm going to put it this way so you can see where the adhesive goes. So I put adhesive here and here, and then on the back I've got it on those 2 flaps right there. Now in the tutorial, it tells you that you only need 1 piece of DSP to cover the box and the top. And what's really cool about it is you're using one side of the DSP on the bottom and the other side of the DSP on the top. So the box that is in the tutorial and the one that I made to start with, it's this print on the front and then that print on the reverse side. I'm going to do it with a different one just so you can see a different example. But any of these Need for Tweed prints would be great for this. So I'm going to do the green on the bottom and the neutral on the top. So let's see. So for the bottom of the box, you've got 2 pieces that are cut to 4 3/4 by 5 3/4, and they are just going to go right on those sides. So I'm just going to add some seal, and we are going to put those right on there. And then we need two 4 3/4. Let's see, 4 3/4 by 1 3/4. And they are gonna go, we want these to go on the part where we've got the adhesive. So we're gonna put those down there. This is gonna be the outside flap. Okay, now when we put this together, we are going to bring it up. I'm going to take the pieces of the tear and tape off those two little flaps and bring up the side that doesn't have DSP. Okay, so I've got that so far. And now I'm going to take, oops, not sure what I just did there. I'm going to take these pieces off and then just bring it up. And of course, that did not go down straight. Tear and tape is not the most forgiving. There we go. Okay, so that gives us the box space. How simple is that? Isn't that neat? Okay, now for the top, you're going to use thick white cardstock for the top. So we're not going to quite use the same size as, the same heavy duty as the box bottom, but you still want a little more than just regular basic white. This piece is going to be cut to 4 1/8 by 8 inches, and you're going to score it 1 inch on all 4 sides. So that makes it really, really simple. Now for this one, we're going to cut the same way we cut the other one. We're going to do the little V's. And then turn it around and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and then we are going to go ahead and add our DSP also. Now remember, this time we're not using the same as the bottom. We're going to use the other side. So now you're putting seal on the side that you used on that one. So don't get confused by that. And then you're just gonna layer these right on here. These pieces, let's see, the top for this one is 2 inches by 5 3/4. The long side, which this is one of those, is 2 7/8. Oh, no, not 2 7/8. You have 2 of these. 7/8 inches by 5 3/4. I knew that didn't look like 2 7/8. I'm just going to put those there. And then these two little pieces are 7/8 inches by 2 inches. These right here. And you'll notice that when you cut the little V, it makes it a little bit, you might have some DSP that kind of looks weird, but once you put it together, you don't even notice because you've got the white from the other. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we've got all those panels, and now I'm just going to add tear and tape to the 4 little pieces that do not have, that don't have the DSP on them. I'm just going to add those. why the turn tape's giving me such a hard time today. I'm just gonna, oh, it would help if I folded. Okay, so now when I pull these up, I'm just gonna bring that up. That's gonna give me that side, and then do the same thing here. And you can kind of see, you don't notice the little V cut there. So now you've got the slid, and you've got this box, and it just goes like this. And then you are free to decorate it however you want. The tutorial gives you some ideas, and I kind of copied that myself. I'll tell you to do this up here. I went ahead and stamped the corn stalks and then added the ears of corn and didn't cut it out with a die just because it was a little bit easier to go ahead and stamp the ears of corn into the stalks and then just fussy cut. So I've got that on top with dimensionals, and then just the tractor down here in Old Olive, the wheels. You could add some silver to give them hubcaps. That little bird is just so cute with the pumpkins and some hay. And you could build up your hay in the back however you wanted to do it, just to make it really, really cute. And then I would probably kind of do the same thing on this one. I just wanted to give you the look of, you know, two different things. Now, I think what's really neat about this box is it makes for a great gift. It takes the back of a pack of DSP, which really doesn't cost you anything if you're a hoarder like me with your DSP, and it's one sheet of printed DSP. And you could put almost anything in this box. You could put Christmas cookies in here. You could put a gift card and some candy in here and use it as a teacher gift. Just anything. You could do monogrammed cards and then do their monogram here with the dies. There's just so much that you could do with this box, but it is the perfect size if you wanted to give somebody a set of cards. So like I said, you can fit probably 4. Let's see. I'll show you. So it just fits right in there. I mean, it gives you even some extra space. And then put your envelopes in there. It just, fun little gift that doesn't even need to be wrapped. Stick a little bow on top of it. You've got a great gift to give. So let's look at all the projects we made this week. These last 2 days we've used Tractor & Company. We made this cute little box. We made the fun fold with the Christmas tree. We did the tractor fun fold to look like it's pulling you through. I love that. And then we did this one. So you've got these 4 projects. And then we used the Jolly Holly bundle back on Sunday and Monday. And for that one, we did this card back on Sunday. We did this one. Oh, I lost the other fun fold. Got this one. And then we did this cute little box with the tag up on top. So we made 8 fun projects, all perfect for the fall and the holidays. I realized, I don't know if I gave my friend Jen credit. She designed the box and this card, and I just think they're so cute. So thanks, Jen, for those. These were Judy's. This and this one were Monica's, and then those 2 were mine. So it was a lot of fun putting this together for you. I hope that you've had fun this week. If you still are interested in getting the kit, just let me know. You can click the link and purchase the kit, or you can let me know that you just want the PDF and place a $50 order in my online store. I hope you have a good rest of your week, and look for more details about more craft-alongs to come along soon. Thank you.